Okay, let's do this. Daily chart, S&P 500. Today's Veterans Day, but the market is open, best I can tell. Futures are trading. Looks like the indices traded as well. I don't think it's a stock market holiday from what I saw on the calendar. Yeah, a really small day here in the futures. Looks like the range was about 40. Okay. And this cycle of November 13th, 2 days away, ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be a pause here. Guys and gals, let me tell you something. This momentum here, that's bullish. When Trump got elected here and this thing took off, that's extremely bullish. Crossover, it never touched down here on the line. The SMI did come below, so that's kind of typical. But this momentum is bullish. And there's probably, I took other cycles out of here. There's some other cycles probably in here. Some small ones. Like, you know, it kind of goes like this, maybe like that. Maybe there's 3 cycles here. Okay, and it kind of would go like this, maybe to this one, you know, and then over to this one, then maybe over here, something like this. Okay, so there may be 3 or 4 cycles in between here, but guess what? They're not really big cycles. I'm not going to worry about it. What is my point? My point here is that the market looks very bullish. It looks very bullish. This is like crazy. I think this was basically the cycle low right here. There might be something out here in December that happens. Like the market could come down. But with Trump being president and people having a sense that the United States is going to be economically significantly improved with him as president, yeah, it's a big deal. The border is going to be closed. The illegal immigrants are going to be deported. There's going to be the reining in of all the Marxist agendas. There's probably going to be some serious arrests that are going to be made. You know what's interesting? This election definitely affected the market. It's super obvious, right? This is definitely a Trump train. It was headed this way, right? It was headed this way. It was going to do this. If Kamala had gotten in, it would have done that. Trump got elected, it took off. We're going to see here in a little bit that gold's been getting crushed, and I predicted this was going to happen. If you go back to my videos from like a week or 2 ago, I said if Trump gets elected, gold is probably going to pull back. It might even pull back for a while, but then in the years to come, I think it'll return and bounce back up to 3,000. But for now, gold and silver are going to probably be suppressed, and the market's going to be bullish. This is probably going to go on for a while. Yes, there could be economic fallout still, that no matter what Trump does in his administration, there still could be a big economic fallout here, you know, because economic pressures is real. The national debt is huge. I think they, like I said last week, they briefly talked about this national debt. We'll see if they address it. They may just ignore it. If they ignore it, which is what I'm guessing they're going to do, but maybe they'll surprise us and address this debt issue. Okay, because if they don't address the debt issue, I can guarantee you gold's going to return strong. It may be a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. But gold will return and go to 3,000. The market will absolutely get crushed. So we're going to have to see how they handle that. That is a big deal, the national debt. This market right now is just very bullish. I see no reason to assume this market's going to come down significantly. It might have some kind of little pullback. Okay. But I think this was the low right here. That was it. That was this cycle's low. And now it's going to be whatever it's going to do. Maybe it does something like this. This market's got no reason not to go higher. It really doesn't. I could see 6,100, 6,200 happening. There could be some kind of winter pullback going into December or whatever. But I just don't think it's going to be big. This, to me, all has the signs of let's go higher. Let's see what the weekly chart is showing here. Weekly chart. Yeah. Just re-engaged here, wants to go higher. This is so bullish, it's crazy. The next cycle low, you know, there's, yeah, this low right here was this. Close enough. Guess what? The next big cycle low, if you want to call it a big cycle low, is way out here in April of 2025. Okay, so guess what? I could see this thing going pretty aggressive all the way to like February. Over in here. Maybe even March. With some type of pullbacks obviously mixed in. And why is that? Well, you're going to see the Department of Education is going to be dismantled. The federal level Department of Education, they already talked about it. It's long overdue. There's over like $1 billion missing from the Department of Education. So they just stole it. Absolutely. We don't know where it is. You mean you stole it? No, we don't know where it is. You mean you stole it? Let's be honest. They stole it. The left stole it. Like they always steal stuff. Like, stealing elections. So they stole $1 billion. And rhinos are on the steal too. I'm not exempting them. The rhinos and the Democrats and the Marxists are all in it together, more or less. They're going to get rid of the Department of Education and return the education to the states where it belongs. It never should have been a federal agency in the first place. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. The FDA is going to be dismantled, at least a good portion of it. It's going to be completely restructured. The CDC, there may even be arrests there. There were some serious crimes committed within the four walls of the FDA and the CDC. We'll see what happens. Donald Trump warned, he said, if anybody gets caught cheating in this election, you will be arrested. There will be prosecutions. There's going to be indictments. They didn't listen. People are going to get arrested, folks. There was cheating up in Pennsylvania. Almost guaranteed to be cheating down in Arizona. It's been a week. A week. Today's Monday. The election was last Tuesday. It's been basically a week and they still haven't finished the counting in Arizona. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be arrests in Arizona. Get ready, it's coming. And there's been other places where there's been some serious shady stuff. There's going to be arrests surrounding the cheating in the elections. It's going to happen not only for 2024, but also going back to 2020. Yeah, there's talk of where did the 20 million votes go that Biden got? They just disappeared. They literally disappeared, 20 million votes. It wasn't that they just shifted to Trump. They just literally disappeared. There's a difference. Yeah, there's going to be arrests. Word is, I think it was as much as 50 senior, whatever, I shouldn't say senior, but 50 executive level FBI employees are scrambling to retire. 50. Yeah, what are they so scared of? I mean, they know they're going to get the boot anyway, but they're scrambling. Right? They're not waiting to be fired. Let me tell you something. They know they broke the law. They know that they, at bare minimum, violated the civil rights of American citizens, including Donald Trump. But it's worse than that. They committed crimes and felonies. And they know they did. And those 50 people, they were part of it. They've helped facilitate it. And George and Alex Soros' money is definitely in the four walls of the DOJ and the FBI. There's a whole lot of bribing and blackmailing and stuff going on with the Soros boys. And I would encourage Donald Trump and his administration to raid, that's right, use the word raid George and Alex Soros' NGOs, dismantle them, and arrest those two for crimes of financing crime all across America. If you don't know what interstate crimes are, you should look it up, because George and Alex Soros probably have several hundred counts of interstate crimes, maybe even in the thousands. Yeah, those boys need to be taken down and taken down hard. So I'm saying all this because the rest of the world, there's already been other nations. There's been, in Germany, the government's on the brink of collapsing because they saw the Trump victory and they are pushing hard to undo some stuff over there. And that's not the only nation, there's others. So America has definitely led the way. The American people, guys and gals, I don't care if you're on the left, you need to understand this right here. There are moderates, even Democrats, that voted for Trump. That's right. We're talking about people in the center. Like, I'm a conservative, right? I'm considered on the right. Pretty far on the right. Conservative, Christian, blah, blah, blah. I'm on the right, right? The world views me as someone on the far right. But guess what? There are moderates that voted for Donald Trump because they saw how bad the Marxism and the leftism was in this nation. They weren't willing to put up with it. So you have like 30%, 30% bailout. The Democrats bailed out of the Democrat Party and voted for Trump. So the turnout was huge in his favor. It wasn't just conservatives. I think he picked up like some crazy record number of votes in the Black and Hispanic communities. So elections, the left likes to say elections have consequences. Boy, they sure do. And America has spoken. So if you're on the left and you're crying the blues, too bad. You better get used to the new reality real fast and come on board. And the rest of the world is paying attention. In the Middle East, I think it was Qatar said they're going to pull out of the negotiations between Hamas and Israel because they know Donald Trump isn't going to play any games right there. He's going to support Israel to the nines, and Iran's going to get it handed to him. You watch how fast Iran backs off. They're going to back off big time because Donald Trump is a different creature altogether. He is no George and Alex Soros. He is no Joe Biden or Kamala T. This guy's going to put the hammer down. All right, so that's my take on the S&P 500. I think it's heavily influenced by the state of affairs here in America. I think we have a very bullish market. Yes, there may be some pullbacks mixed in over the next month, 2, 3, whatever, but this market is probably going to go higher. Let's go look at the trade of the day. Wow. Okay, I definitely see a trade here. Let's turn on the Get Us Plus indicator. Let's do it. And the trade I'm talking about is right here. This happened at 8:10 this morning, my time here in Texas, Central Time of USA. Why is this such a great trade? You know, my members, you should know why this is a great trade. It should be obvious. I talk about it all the time. It's going to be right here. It's going to be right here. It gives a signal and says, hey, there's something going on here. Okay, was it right? Yeah, it was right. Look at this. Just like 15 or 20 minutes later, look what this does. It doesn't even get any higher than the middle. It doesn't get up here, right? It fails and goes this way. And of course, momentum went negative. You picked up all this right here. Now, today was a pretty small day. This is about 8 points, I'd say, safely. Not quite 10 points. I'd say 8 points, maybe 9. Okay. And guess what? It happens again later in the day. Can you spot it? Can you spot on this 5-minute chart somewhere over in this area? It's going to circle this area right in here. Somewhere in this area is a good trade. Can you spot it? Also take into account this. It should be obvious. Right? Just pause the video. You need to figure out where the good trade is. I can see it. It stands out easily. You should know where the good trade is in this circle. Okay, it's these two together help you decide where in here you take a trade. Okay, hopefully you pause the video and you took it serious. If not, fine, I'll tell you where it is. It's right here. And why wouldn't it be right here? Momentum is negative below the zero line. Right below the zero line. It's negative this whole time. And what happens here? It doesn't reach the top. It starts to roll over. There's your trade right there. So it's about just to the right of this dashed line. If you can't see it, it's about right here. You take the trade right in here. And bam. So 60.35 all the way down to about 60.20. Another 10 points. I'd say 8 and 10, 18 points today. If you're paying attention, guess what? $900. 900 biggins on one contract. There's no reason not to take both these trades. Both of these trades are awesome trades. Here doesn't reach the top. Right here. Right here doesn't reach the top. Momentum is negative in both these cases. You know what to do. Go short. Trade futures short. Okay, a lot of you guys and gals out there are trading options only. That's fine. I get it. Options work great on a high volatility day. They don't work so great when the volatility is kind of low, right? It's hard to squeeze out profit as much. So I've said this so many times before. Yes, continue to trade your options, but you need to open up a futures account because on days like today, you would have made probably more money trading futures. All right, there's your trades of the day. I'm going to move on to the rest of the products. All right, Dow Jones Transportation going to the moon just like the rest of the indices. And I think this trend's going to continue. There is a December 10th cycle low out here. Yeah, I think it will have an influence on the market. I just don't think it'll be that big. That's probably true for the other indices as well. I just don't have it on those charts, okay? Look at the Russell 2000 here. Up big today. This is today, right? Let me just make sure it's today. Yep, no, November 11th. Up pretty big. Range was kind of small, but up. Okay, a little bit of a gap up there. And why? The reason why there was a gap up there, let's see if we get a daily chart here. The reason there was a gap up right there, let's get rid of some of this stuff. We don't need these guys anymore. The market has changed, guys and gals. We always adapt to the market. The market's changed because Donald Trump won the elections. And the world views it as a positive. So why did it gap up? Because this is the Russell 2000's cash index, if you will. And the futures gapped up or went up overnight. So this showed up as a gap up in the morning when it opened up. That's why that happens. Okay, looks positive to me. Again, December 9th here. The Dow Jones Transportation was December 10th. Okay, that's pretty much spot on. Expect some kind of pullback down into there. How deep, I can't say. I don't think it's going to be that deep. Okay, let's go to the NASDAQ. November 13th, forget it. I don't think you're going to see any kind of significant cycle low there. November 13th, just isn't going to happen. What's this one out here? December 12th. Okay, lines right up with the rest of the other ones, December 10th, December 11th, and the other indices that we looked at. So that's great. We'll just change this to say December 12th. Okay, December 12th. We'll turn it to blue because for some reason it's blue there. There you go. December 12th is your cycle low out there for the NASDAQ. They're all lining up on that kind of the second week of December. Again, I don't see a big pullback happening there, but we'll see what happens. Let's look at the SPX. This one was a little bit down. November 14th. Like I said, don't think it's going to happen. What's this date out here? December 15th. Okay, let's duplicate this for now. I guess I could just move it. But in any case, we'll change this, say December, I think it was 15th. Okay, 14th, 15th, whatever it is. Yep, the 15th. So they're all right there, right? We got December 10, we got 11, we got 12, we got 15. They're all basically the second week of December showing up as a cycle low. I don't think it's going to be a big cycle low, but I do think there's going to be some kind of pullback there. All right, let's move on to, let's look at gold. Gold's been getting crushed. And I warned about this. I said gold is going to be suppressed. It's going to pull back if Donald Trump wins. And sure enough, here we go. Probably sound like a broken record, but why would that be? Because people have confidence in the marketplace and they don't feel like they need to hedge. Gold is a hedge, right? A hedge against inflation, a hedge against Marxism, a hedge against bad things and evil people doing evil things. I can't make it any plainer. All right. So that's why it's pulling back. Okay, there probably was some cyclicality that happens to be timed with this. As you can see, November 17th is a cycle low there, about 6 calendar days away. So that's definitely influencing gold. But this is a significant pullback, right? It didn't pull back big there. It didn't pull back big there. It kind of did here. Okay, so this is one of the biggest pullbacks we've had in a long time, right? In months, many months. And that's because at the moment, the world has confidence that the stock market is going to be strong because the economics in America are going to be strong. The reality is a small federal government usually equates to a better run nation. It's more efficient. They're not stealing money from the taxpayers, the American taxpayers, and using it any old way they want, which is exactly what the left does, and the rhinos included. And guess what? I'm going to say it right here, right now. Even though the Republicans have won this election, it looks like they're going to take the House if Arizona gets done with their shenanigans down there and finishes up their count. Who knows how long that's going to take as they bleed this thing out like a slow death, trying to extract a win, right? They're trying to get back the House. So there's a couple districts in California doing the same thing, bleeding out the count. They're doing everything they can to try to get the House back into the hands of the Democrats. That's what that's all about. But even though the conservatives probably are going to have both the White House, I should say the Republicans, the White House, the Senate, and probably the U.S. House of Representatives as well. Make no mistake, rhinos are rhinos, and there are plenty of them both in the House and the Senate. There are tons of rhinos in there. They make up probably 65, 70, 75, 80% of the members in those lower and upper chambers of Congress. So we're not out of the woods, because these people have a lot of leftist mentality that they adhere to. It's horrible. So we still have to fight that fight. So, Donald Trump's a go-getter, and he's hopefully going to get the support he needs to do the things that need to be done. As I said last week, and I'm going to say it again today, there's going to be a major facelift across the entire United States of America. Gas prices we'll talk about crude oil in a little bit, but gas prices are probably going to go back down below $2 in the near future. So this is the deal at gold. I think it's going to continue to pull back here. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this is going to pull back, maybe all the way down to 2,400 or something. This thing's going to pull back hard. Okay, let's take a look at silver. Look at the 1,000 ounce silver futures. December 16th, what do you know? Same 2-week deal. This is not a good look for silver. This is not a good look for silver. But guess what? For people that want to acquire silver, which I do, this is a great opportunity. Look at this, down $5. 30 was at 35. Down 5 points, which also happens to be dollars in this case for this particular product. But in any case, down 5 points, $5. Wow, there's more to come here. I think we could see 28. I think we get all the way down here, 27. I'm serious. I think gold and silver are going to get significantly suppressed. And that's going to be an opportunity for me. I'm going to pick up physical silver. I'm going to acquire more silver as this thing continues to go down. This is going to be a great opportunity to pick up silver on the cheap, guys, as Trump is in the White House. Make no mistake, this is your opportunity to grab gold and silver, okay? Because in 10 years, 20 years from now, guess what? Boom, bang, boom-o, some leftist gets back into the White House, and we're right back where we started. Great opportunity to not necessarily trade unless you're trading short, but great opportunity to acquire gold and silver, in my opinion, as this price continues to decline. Let's take a look at crude oil, then we'll get to the currencies. All right, crude oil down here at 68. I think crude oil is probably going to come down into the 50s. Yep. Look at this. I talked about this. Crude oil I said it's going to mount a run. Maybe it gets up to 76. Never even got that far. This thing is done. It didn't get positive territory momentum on the daily chart here. Yes, the SMI got up here at least to the top line, but this is going to fail all the way down until late November. And I predict right now, with Donald Trump being president, that crude oil is going to get into the 50s, 58, 57, 55. It's going to get suppressed because America is going to produce crude oil and gasoline domestically. Get ready for crude oil to do that. It's going down into the 50s, folks. Mark my words. It may take a while to do it, whatever it's going to do, but it's going to do it most likely. Crude oil and gasoline are going to be on the cheap in America. I expect crude oil to go eventually down to the $50 range. Yeah, I'd short crude oil right now. Heck yeah. Don't forget about MCL, I should say. That is the micro crude. Yes, I believe crude oil right now is an excellent short. I would short it with even a medium-sized position. That's my opinion, not my advice. I don't give advice. All right, let's move on to the currencies. Let's look at, you know what? I forgot to look at the Nike 225. So let me jump over that real quick. We'll come back to currencies. Looks pretty strong. It's got a strong look to it. It is slightly bullish. Looks like it wants to do this. I think it's, the November 11th is today. That's the low. There's no low there. Well, that's right. A big cheeseburger, a big fart burger, a big nothing. This is going to go higher. The indices worldwide are going to go higher. Okay. Let's look at the Japanese yen. Japanese yen. December 9th. There you go again. First, second week of December. The Japanese yen, folks, is in trouble. It's going to look like it's trying to mount a momentum run. Not a good look for the Japanese yen. I think it's going to continue to decline. I'd be a little careful right now. Just watch this crossover on the momentum. Wait for it to kind of work its way through this crossover dealy here. It's barely crossover, but it has. This looks like this is doing this. What do I think? I think a small position, the Japanese yen short's probably okay. All right, let's look at the euro dollar currency futures. Getting absolutely hammered. And why not? America's in great shape. Do I think this is a good short? Yes, there's more to go down here. This is crossing over even lower. The euro currency is going to get absolutely smash-a-rammed, and I think a short is okay here for the next day or two. Don't forget that this also has a micro M6E. Use it to your advantage. It's super cheap. All right, let's take a look at the British pound. Probably same scenario. Okay, stronger than the euro. Right, this is stronger than the euro, but it is negative. Of the two, I would trade the euro because remember, this British pound is just for England, right? I think it's just England. I don't think it covers Ireland and Scotland and all that. I could be wrong. I think it's just England. Maybe I'm wrong there. Don't know. But the British pound is a little bit stronger than the euro, but it looks like to me it wants to come down further as well. But of the two, I would trade the euro short. Don't forget, all these have M micros associated with them. All right, let's look at the dollar. We know what's happened there. It's going to the moon. What is it? DXY. The DXY to the moon at 105.5, approximately 105.48, This is going to go higher, which means if you want to trade the US dollar, there's probably an ETF. I don't like trading ETFs, but that's up to you. But there's probably, the opposite of this is the euro dollar futures. So if you want to trade the United States dollar, just trade the euro dollar short. That's the beauty of futures. You can trade them short, same as long. Just leverage the euro dollar to your advantage to the short side, and you'll make buku bucks most likely. All right, let's move on to, I did gold, did silver, did crude oil. You know, we didn't look at gasoline. Okay, I figured it out. Gasoline is RB. I had it close. It was R something. Gasoline. Let's get rid of the Get Us Plus indicator. Kind of in the way here. Excuse me. Look at this. Gasoline, kind of like crude oil, negative territory. It's coming down. What do I think? Short it. Now, I don't think there's an E-mini gasoline, unfortunately. Don't think so. There's not a micro here. Oh, I was wrong. There is a micro. I didn't even know there was. There you go. Micro gasoline. Now, it doesn't trade. See how thinly traded it is? But that's okay. Don't worry about it. Trade it anyway. It's probably because it's a new product. But trade it. What is the... let's see. What is this? $556. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. Duh. MRB. Is it even in here? They're not showing it. Thank you, Schwab, for your uselessness. I love Schwab. Absolutely useless. Gosh, Schwab. What a horrible broker Schwab is, guys. I don't even know what to say anymore. This broker's so bad. It's terrible. I don't know what the price is for this because they, for some reason, don't want to show it. Like, I don't know what the cost is to trade this. I could probably hit up their support. But in any case, it doesn't appear to be in here. Oh, gosh. There's a lookup of some kind, but I don't think we're going to find it. Yeah, that's great. Thank you for nothing. Anyways, it's probably super cheap. Whatever broker you're using, you could just inquire with the customer support. Ask, what is the initial margin on the micro gasoline futures? Because guess what? This is probably going to go lower. You know what I find interesting is that the main contract has a different pattern, right? It's different. It's up here. Versus both for December versus the micro, which is down here. And the momentum on this micro is way worse. Wow. Let me look at the pattern here. Is it the same? Is it doing a little bounce? No. That is very interesting. So it looks like the micro gasoline futures are not tracking exactly like the main contracts. So you gotta be a little careful there. I'd be a little cautious. That product for some reason is kind of drifting around. Yeah, that is just strange. Usually they track almost identical. But this product, 195.1, of course there's no bids going on here at all. Nothing. There's one here. This must be a brand new product. Okay, no one's trading it. But I like it. I'd be careful with it for now, but if you can afford the main contract for gasoline, yeah, short is a beautiful thing here. Look at this thing, guys. I'm telling you right now, gasoline short is the trade. And so is crude oil. All right. And let's go take a look at corn. And we'll finish this up with two more symbols. Wow, corn on fire, but it has reached a peak. I wouldn't touch it. There's a reason why I wouldn't touch this product right now. First of all, it's bullish, but it's at the peak where it's SMI. You got two different forces going at the same time. Momentum wants to go up, and it probably will go up, but the SMI is at its peak, so there's going to be a pause up here. You got to wait till after this pause. What does it do? Does it come all the way down into this November 25th cycle low and then bounce? Yeah, that's why I just wait here. Just wait it out. This is probably going to be very bullish, but just wait. Okay, XLP. Finish up with this. It's trying here, guys. XLP is trying. It is trying. I don't think it's going to succeed. That's what I think we're going to get. Okay? I think XLP is going to fail. I would not trade it long, that's for sure. At the moment, I wouldn't trade it at all. That is the end of the video. That's the end of today. Boy, that was a lot of stuff going on. Become a member, $7.99 a month. You do get the streaming charts for S&P 500, the streaming charts for gold. There are alerts on the Discord server for both those products. So you can go on the Discord server, find those products, right-click on the product for that particular channel, and just turn notifications on. You'll get notified of the alerts that happen for those particular products. There's also a nightly email that goes out 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, and you get 5 different charts attached to the email and my opinion about what the market's doing. Okay, it's really good membership, guys and gals. The membership's amazing. There are people making profit on this membership. That's it. Talk to you all real soon again next time.